Yesterday, they did not create the class. I could not log in. Okay. Is the screen visible? My voice audible? Hmm. Okay. So management asked me to take few classes on JSP also. So therefore, I start teaching JSP today. And connection pooling and callable statement last class. Okay. So 2 3 sessions I will take JSP. Okay. Uh, Full form is Java server pages. Java server pages. Already prepared the notes. That notes I will be going through so that more content can be covered. Once upon a time, it is a very, 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 very interesting, very, 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 very important topic earlier. Okay, very, very interesting and very, very important and very, very easy topic. Okay. Uh, so if I write AJSP, JSP page, AJSP small letters means one server side, one server side piece of code, server side program. Capital letter means technology. Okay, technology. Small letter means one server side program. What is JSP page? JSP page is nothing but AJSP. Both are equal. Java server pages is a technology. Using the technology, whatever page you develop, that is JSP page. JSP page is nothing but AJSP. Okay, that's it. Fine. Now the discussion is what is JSP? Capital letters. Java based web technology from Sun Microsystems. Java based web technology. Same question. What is servlets? Same answer. No? Java-based web technology from Sun Microsystems. Whether it is JSP technology or servlet technology, both are web technologies. Answer same. Very good. And what is the purpose of JSP technology? Same. What is the purpose of servlet technology? Answer same. Answer same. To develop Java-based dynamic website. Dynamism sake. It means web application development sake. Web application development. So whatever you learn, introduction to servlet technology, almost same carried forward to JSP technology. If you are developing a Java-based website, dynamism will come to that website either through servlet technology or through JSP technology, but actually combination. Servlet technology plus JSP technology. So what I'm trying to mention is servlet tech. Yeah. Now tell me, what is a servlet? What is a JSP? Same. A server side, a dynamic web resource. Okay, that extends the functionality. That extends the functionality of the web server. A server side piece of code. Same answer. What is AJSP? Same, believe me. Okay. It is also dynamic web resource only. I already told you a Java web application has static resources, dynamic resources. Static resources example, HTMLs, CSS files, image files, all these are static resources. Servlets and JSPs are dynamic resources. They only provide interaction to the user. Slowly, you should be getting a doubt. Servlet technology, JSP technology, same. A servlet is meant for what? Making dynamic only. A JSP also same story. Then why, when already servlet technology there, why JSP technology? Like that we have to think. What can a servlet, what can a servlet to do? Same, na? Capturing the user input, communicating with the database, processing the data, producing the response page, handing over the response page to the browser. What can a servlet do? Already I explained. What can a JSP do? Same answer, same answer. What a servlet can do, JSP can do the same. But as per MVC architecture, servlet should not communicate with the database. Servlet should not communicate, process the data. Servlet should not produce the response. So my point is, servlet technology, JSP technology, purpose is same. Then why two technologies? Same company developed two technologies for same purpose, Java website development only, dynamism only. Very good. So both are Java based web technologies. Both are meant for extending the functionality of the web server. Both will provide dynamism to the website. It means both are used in online Java project development. A servlet is a server-side Java program. A JSP also like that. What a servlet can do, a JSP can do the same thing. With all these similarities, immediately you should get a doubt. When already servlet technology there, purpose same, why JSP technology Sun Microsystems invented. That is the way to understand. Okay, in that way we have to think, please. Okay, very good. Actually, is JSP technology meant for replacing servlet technology? Yes. Yes. In the beginning days. Okay. In the beginning days, industry felt that JSP technology meant for replacing servlet technology. Servlet technology excellent, na? Why JSP there to replace? No. Weakness is there in servlet. Weakness. You know what is servlet weakness? Output generation. Out.println. Total HTML code you have to write inside the Java code. No tool, no IDE, no web designing tool will write HTML code for you inside Java code. Manually, we have to develop. So tell me, what is the main weakness of a servlet? Presentation code. Output generation code, weak. Servlet was weak. JSP excellent in that area. Very good. I am a developer. Servlet development and JSP development. Servlet development, JSP development. Very simple. Servlet development means inside Java code writing HTML code. JSP reverse business. inside HTML code, writing Java code. That's all. That's all. So once again, what is the weakness of servlet technology? Weakness of servlet technology, output generation, dynamism wise excellent, but output generation it is weak. JSP has overcome that weakness. But JSP is weak where servlet is strong. That is why actually JSP does not compete with servlet, with the servlets. Instead, it complements. It complements. So supporting sake it has come. Initial days, JSP meant for replacing servlet technology, but industry realized servlet is strong in one area, JSP strong in another area. Why to make them as a rivalry technologies? Let us use them together. That is what MVC is all about. Okay, so in every use case, whether it is login use case, whether you are developing login functionality, registration functionality, funds transfer functionality, any use case, okay, a servlet used, a JSP used. Servlet as a controller, JSP as the view component. But before MVC, industry used JSP as replacement for servlet technology. Once MVC architecture, MVC design pattern was invented, industry realized JSP technology and servlet technology, they are not rival candidates. They help each other. That's it. Okay, that is the story, please. And what a servlet can do, all the things a JSP can do, but will not do in real time. Only output generation sake, people use JSP. Okay. This is the notes, please. Already prepared notes. What is JSP? JSP is a Java-based web technology from Sun Microsystems. What is the purpose of JSP technology? To develop a Java-based dynamic website. I mean Java online application. Very good. What is a JSP? Dynamic web resource. JSP container managed server-side program. It's a web component. All these are similar to servlets only, please. But as a developer, what is a JSP? Pure text file. You can give any name to the JSP, but extension should be .jsp. Tell me, what does a JSP contain? A JSP is equal to HTML code plus Java code. Even though it contains HTML code, is it HTML file? No. Even though it contains Java code, is it a Java file? No. Servlet is a Java file. JSP is not a Java file. It contains Java code, but it is not a Java file. It contains HTML code, but it is not a HTML file. Okay? A text file with any name but with .jsp extension. Who will execute a JSP? JSP container. Very good. What can a JSP do in a Java web application? All that a servlet can do. Means what? Capturing the user input, communicating with the database, processing the data, producing the response page, handing over to the website, everything it can do. Can a JSP replace a servlet? Yes. Initially, it was meant for that, but it will not do that. In fact, each use case means each task in a real project implemented using both servlet and JSP. When there is already servlet technology, what was the need of JSP technology? Next question you observe. Servlets are weak in presentation. JSP is excellent in that. So up to now, what I was just explaining you, okay, all that documented for you, please. Okay. So academically, sometimes in the interview also, what is the life cycle of a JSP? What is the life cycle of a servlet? When it is born, when it is dead, what are the various stages it undergoes in between its birth and death? That is nothing but life cycle. That is nothing but life cycle. Okay, fine. So I have given complete idea on introduction to JSP. Okay. But now, before we start developing any example, now we should know what is the life cycle of a JSP. What is the life cycle of a servlet? Who controls the life cycle? Servlet container. Servlet container controls the life cycle of a servlet. Here who? JSP container. JSP container controls the life and death of a JSP. Very good. What are the life cycle phases of a servlet? Instantiation phase, initialization phase, servicing phase, destruction phase. Here also, all these four will be there, but extra two more will be there. Extra two more will be there. That is called translation phase, compilation phase. Totally, how many phases in the life of a JSP? 6 phases. Translation, compilation, remaining 4 servlet life cycle phases only. Very good. And one more point I have to tell you. Servlet development means programmer writing the servlet class. That's all. JSP development means instead of Programmer developing the servlet, asking the container to write a servlet for us. That's all. JSP also servlet development only. What is the problem? If servlet is developed by the programmer, output generation becomes a problem. But JSP development, is it greatly different? No. You are writing JSP, but internally it will be converted into servlet. I am developing a JSP means I am a lazy fellow. Instead of I developing the servlet, I am asking the JSP container. I am asking the JSP container to develop a servlet for you. That's all. So, what are the similarities between servlet development and JSP development? Both are server-side programming development only. Okay, both contain Java and HTML only. But exact difference is, instead of we writing the servlet, we write a JSP, but internally container converts that into servlet. Okay, very good. So now the discussion is, what are the methods of servlet lifecycle? Init, service, destroy. 3 life cycle methods, 4 life cycle phases. In JSP, 3 life cycle methods. Here also 3 life cycle methods will be there. JSP init, JSP destroy, underscore JSP service. So these are all life cycle methods. After instantiation, container calls the JSP init. After init, service method. Okay, that is why if you studied and remembered servlet life cycle, within 3-4 minutes, you can learn JSP life cycle also. Once upon a time, 15 years ago, life cycle learning was great interest and greatly it was explained. I explained this life cycle more than 500 times. But it is some idea academically. Sometimes, if you are a fresher, even JSP also they may ask some questions. That was the intention of the management. In real-time projects, you never use JSP. But in the interview, they may ask. That is why management asked me to explain this. Plus academic interest. Who are having academic syllabus, they may be asking you JSP life cycle. Okay, very good. Today, I will explain only up to JSP life cycle. That's all. Coding, we'll see what to do. This week we'll have classes, please. Either Thursday or Friday will be the last class. Okay. Had they allowed me to take class on Sunday, 11 o'clock, they did not create the batch that time. Only evening they configured the class. That's why I could not conduct the class. Had they conducted yesterday only, this batch would have been completed. But today morning, management called me. Sir, a bit of JSP also explained. In addition to connection pooling and callable statement, they were asking me. Therefore, I am just talking about this. Okay, very good. So therefore, this Thursday, worst case Friday, I will conclude this batch. Now the discussion is JSP life cycle. 3 life cycle methods: init, destroy, service. So first of all, what is a translation phase? Very simple. You developed one .jsp, na? Say hello world.jsp. You developed it. You developed a JSP. From the browser, request came for this JSP. This is browser. This is the Java web container. Java web container. Web container has 3 modules: web server module, servlet container module, JSP container module. Web server, servlet container, JSP container. I already told this earlier. If you forgot, I am not responsible. Assume from the browser a request came for .html. In the URL slash some.html, request came for HTML. Web server will not take colleague's help. On its own will attend the client request, because request is for static resource. No. From the browser, request came for servlet. Request came for servlet. Assume. In the URL only that indication will be there. In the URL, public / hello. Now, from the browser, control will first go to web server only. But request is not for HTML or any static resource, na? Then web server will switch the control to servlet container. No. Request in the URL. Okay. Hello.jsp. Request came for JSP when the request is coming from browser. Whether servlet sake request came or JSP sake request came. For anybody's sake, request can come. First, who will receive the request? Web server only. Web server will provide the connection to the browser. Very good. In the URL, for whom sake request has come? JSP. Now web server says to jovially, I am saying, hello servlet container. All these days I am giving control to you. Na? Our colleague, one more colleague also there. Na? Please don't misunderstand me. I used you and thrown you, use and throw like. Nowadays all the relations are use and throw relation. Na? No. I am not like that. If at all request had come for servlet sake, I would have given to you only. But now the request came for JSP sake. Then web server will switch the control to JSP container. So now JSP container controls the life cycle of the servlet. Very good. Tell me, what is the first phase? Translation phase. What is the meaning of translation phase? Very simple. Translation. Okay. .jsp file is converted into .java file. Okay. So JSP container writes a servlet. We have written JSP, but whatever you are writing in the JSP, those will act as instructions to JSP container to translate this .jsp into .java file. This .java file is nothing but source code of, okay, container generated servlet. Tell me, in translation phase, what will happen? JSP is converted into servlet. Who writes the servlet? JSP container writes the servlet. That's all. Now, what is, and this is called container generated servlet. It is also known as page implementation class. Container generated servlet. It is also known as page implementation class. Okay, so tell me, what is the translation phase? Whenever for the first time client request comes for a JSP, JSP container translates the JSP into .java file. Nothing but JSP container writes a servlet. One servlet is developed by the container. In which phase? Translation phase of the JSP. What this servlet is known as? Container generated servlet it is called, or page implementation class. But this is only .java file created. But it should be converted to .class file. Na? That is called compilation phase. JSP engine converting the .java file into .class file. Now tell me, by the time these two phases are over, what is ready? Servlet.class file is ready. Remaining container creating the object of the servlet class. Container calling JSP init method, that is initialization phase. Container calling underscore JSP service method, that is servicing phase. Container calling JSP destroy method is destruction phase. Similar to servlet lifecycle only. 15 to 18 years ago, database connections writing in the JSP, prepared statement writing, closing the prepared statement, closing the connection, we were writing the destroy method. Please remember, never ever write underscore JSP service method in a JSP. You never write it. Container only writes it. If at all required, you can write JSP init or JSP destroy, but you should not write service method. It is the duty of the JSP container. Nowadays, it is only academic interest only. Okay, you never write any of these methods. In the background, they will be there. Now tell me, what are the 6 phases of a JSP? Translation, compilation. What is translation? JSP container, by reading the JSP file, converting that into .java file, means writing a servlet source file, is nothing but translation phase of the JSP. After that, JSP container compiling that servlet.java file into .class file. Remaining same story, creating the object, calling the init, JSP init, calling the underscore JSP service. And when the application is undeployed, calling the JSP destroy. Maximum, this is similar to servlet lifecycle. Okay, fine. Translation phase, whatever I explained, it is already documented here. Okay. compilation phase, container generated servlet, instantiation, initialization, and servicing and destruction. Already servlet class object creation is instantiation, calling the JSP init. Instantiation and initialization happens only once in the lifetime. Underscore JSP service method we should never write. Okay, container only writes it. Okay. If required, JSP init, JSP destroy, we can write. So that's all. So this is the life cycle of a JSP. I will upload these notes. You can go through that. Okay, fine. Now, what does a JSP contain? What does the AJSP contain? AJSP contains HTML code, Java code, plus JSP elements. Okay. For example, what does a servlet contain? Java code plus HTML code. What does AJSP contain? HTML code plus Java code. But servlet elements are not required here because out.println with double quotes, total HTML code you can write now. Inside the Java code, to write HTML, you need not have any extra elements. But what is JSP development? JSP development is nothing but writing the Java code inside the HTML code. For example, this is HTML. This is HTML. Okay, fine. So here you can write total code balance each. This is pure HTML, but real balance should come from Java value. Then you should write a Java code here. How can you write Java code inside HTML? Not possible directly. So therefore, JSP elements. To embed Java code into HTML code, so directly or indirectly, what are required? JSP elements are required. So, how to write Java code inside HTML code learning only, JSP elements learning. You already know HTML code how to write. You already know Java code how to write. Only thing you have to know is JSP elements. The moment you learn JSP elements, you will be knowing how to write Java code inside HTML code. Yeah. So, writing HTML code inside Java code is servlet development and vice versa is JSP development. Okay. And JSP elements are there, some declaration, expression, scriptlet. So to embed Java code inside the HTML, these elements are there. Today only I am posting these notes, but I will explain these elements, declaration, expression, scriptlet tomorrow's class, and we'll do some JSP examples in the next class. Now I am uploading these notes. Okay, upload notes in progress. topic name JSP introduction 25/11/24. Of course, 24. Fine. And browse. JSP introduction. So with this, today's my taking the class is over. Any questions from your side? Most welcome.
Sir, when are you going to start DSA?
May you have to contact the management, sir, but it will take 1 month exactly.
Okay, sir.
I heard it is 1 month, sir, but more clarity they only will give you. Definitely, I'm starting. That's for sure.
Thank you, sir. Looking forward.
Yeah, data structures and algorithms I'll take. Definitely, I'm taking.
I will put my name in waiting list, sir.
Okay, okay. Yeah, somebody typed something. Yeah, DSA with Java only. Data structures and algorithms with Java only. No, no, no. How to register and all, not at announced place. You have to wait. 1 more month you have to wait. Definitely announcement will come to you. Contact Ashok IT. They will be informing. I will not be informing about that. Institute will inform. Any recordings, contact Ashok IT administrators, please. Any questions on JSP? Actually, so many people thought that batch over, miscommunication. That's why at least 20 to 30 people missing class. Unfortunate. Okay. I think nobody has any doubts to ask. I am signing off. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.